Morning, everybody. My setup's being real weird today. It looks like there's a couple of people on, but I just want to make sure you guys are able to see me, able to hear me. If somebody could confirm that for me in the chat, that would be mucho helpful. Mucho helpful. It was live twice, playing twice. It was very strange. So if somebody could just confirm that, we'll rock and roll. Hope you guys are well rested. Hope you guys had a good evening. Let me check YouTube over here, just see if this thing is working. I mean, it says it's working. We should be good. Perfect. Well, guys, if this is your first time tuning into Coffee with a Killer, my name is Jordan, and what I do on this show is I take 15, 20 minutes and talk a little bit about some of the stuff I've learned over the past 10 plus years being self-employed. So if you guys are not familiar with the story, corporate America, I left in my early 20s to pursue financial freedom, pursue wealth, and building a legacy, the whole gig. So I'm going to talk about some of that stuff today. Greatly appreciate you guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Comments are appreciated. I can even pull them up on the screen like that. So if you guys have any feedback while we're going through this, don't hesitate. Sound good? So I talk a lot about wealth, and I talk a lot about financial freedom, and a lot of this is difficult because most of my audience is not financially free yet. They're on their way to, they're in pursuit of financial freedom, but they're not there yet. So there's a little bit of this push and pull and like a little bit of conflict when I go through some of this stuff. So I need to see if you guys agree with the following statement. If you would like to be wealthy, you've got to do what wealthy people do. Would everybody agree with that? And I know there's like a delay, so I'll give it just a second. If you want to be wealthy, we've got to do what wealthy people do. My guess is you guys are going to say yes. Whether you believe that or not, you're going to agree with that sentiment. Yes, if I want what I've never had, I probably have to do what I've never done. Okay? Which is great. But most of the time, we just don't do what wealthy people do. We don't think how wealthy people think. So we're almost like baffled, like I don't understand how so and so has that and I don't. Well, do you do what they do? Do you think how they think? Do you operate how they operate? Well, no. Okay, well, that is why you don't have what they have. You know, you can't look at this spectacular athlete and say, man, I want what they want, but I'm not going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym. I'm not going to eat right. I'm not going to diet. I'm not going to train. I'm not going to work with a coach. Like we would consider that crazy, right? But when it comes to money, when it comes to finance, people do some crazy stuff. So I want to go through a couple of different things today. You know, the natural question is, well, okay, then what do wealthy people do? And before I go through this, I want to debunk a couple things. A lot of the times we come up with this excuse of, well, they have money, therefore they can do things that I can't do. Or, Jordan, I work full time, therefore I can't do what wealthy people do. They have more money than me. They have more resources. They have something that I don't have. And that is the reason why I don't do what they do. Therefore, I don't have what they have. Let's debunk that, okay? First and foremost, wealthy people view money and use money as a tool, not a tool to make rent, not necessarily a tool to make their mortgage payment or put gas in their car, although that is part of it. Wealthy people view money as a tool. That's it. So if you want to also be wealthy, you've got to view money as a tool. Now, guys, a tool is only as good as the hands that it is in. So I could give you the same tool. I don't have any here. I could give you a tool. Just this is random, makes no sense at all. And you can just choose not to use the tool. You could use it really badly. But money is a tool. Okay. The second one is a huge barrier for a lot of people. And the second one is money isn't real. If you've listened to any of my other shows, even if you just listen to this show, you'll get that sentiment. Money isn't real. Money hasn't been real since 1971. Okay? This is real. Oh God. Like, this is real. That's real. Money isn't real. This is real. Right? So wealthy people do not see money as real. It's simply made up. It's simply ideas that we share between each other. So if it's simply an idea, what do you think we should focus on? Ideas, and we should focus on being creative. So money isn't real, money is a tool. Okay? These are things that wealthy people have embedded into their brain. The third one, and we talk about this a lot, is money buys cash flow. When you make money, a lot of times the poor and the middle class, they do everything but buy cash flow. They buy a new cell phone, they buy a new car, they put new tires on their car. They might go on a trip, they might go out to eat. They buy everything but cash flow. Wealthy people, any money that they bring in, they buy cash flow, and then their cash flow buys them a new car or whatever, a vacation. So there's a little bit of an order problem here. Poor and middle class buy stuff. Wealthy people buy cash flow. The cash flow buys stuff. Does that make sense? It's simply we're doing things in the wrong order. So if you want to be wealthy, you've got to start thinking like that. I'm buying cash flow. So what I've started to do a little bit in my own life is I will look at these things that I want to buy. And what I will do is I will assign a cash flow number to it. All right, I want to buy another hot rod, and it's going to cost me $25,000. That $25,000 is really $5,000 a month in cash flow. I'm making up numbers here. You guys get the idea. So I've started to assign. I mean, I want to go away for a weekend. All right, dude, that is $580 a month in cash flow. Okay, I want to buy a new computer. Man, that's $200 a month in cash flow. So I'm trying to, and I've gotten out of the rat race and I've gotten financially I've done that, but I'm still working on my mindset. I'm still working on thinking in terms of cash flow. Jordan, if you want that hot rod, take that 25K and buy cash flow, and then use the cash flow to buy the hot rod. Jordan, if you want to go on vacation, buy cash flow. Let the cash flow pay for your vacation. It's a different way of thinking. If you guys are in Black Gold, and if you guys have looked at Havila, this is probably sounding a little bit familiar to you. Buy gold, lend against the gold, buy the thing you want. Another one would be never sell, leverage. A lot of times, the poor and the middle class, what they will do is they'll sell stuff to get cash. Well, I'm going to sell my car, or I'll sell my house, or I'll sell X, Y, and Z. I'll get cash. Wealthy people don't sell anything. They just don't. They leverage it. Guys, I will never, ever, 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 ever sell this. I'll never do it. Why would I get rid of the thing? Why would I get rid of this? This gives me cash flow. This gives me leverage. I can use this and I can lend against this. I'm probably going to get robbed. Like, I can lend against this to buy whatever I want. Why would I sell it? Guys, if I sell this, I will get money one time. One time. If I leverage against this, I can get money forever. Does that make sense? Somebody let me know in the comments that you guys are following here. If I sell it, I get money one time. If I leverage this and if I lend against this, which is what I teach in Black Gold Trading in Havila, if I lend against it, I never lose this. Wealthy people don't sell, they leverage. Massive, massive difference in the poor and the middle class. Here's another one. Debt is good. Debt is good. Now, if you guys want to get super technical and somebody normally jumps in here and says, well, hold on a second. Good debt is good. Bad debt is bad. Not all debt is bad, and not all debt is good. There's good debt and there's bad debt, okay? Wealthy people fully believe in, trust in, and utilize good debt constantly. Good debt is when you get debt and you buy cash flow. Plain and simple. Good debt is you buy cash flow. You don't buy a liability that costs you money. Give you an example. Myself and some of the guys at the office and some of the people that we are in ministry with or friends that are in ministry, we're looking at buying about 100,000 square feet. It's going to cost over $1 million. That's debt. People would look at that and say, Jordan, you shouldn't get into debt. You shouldn't do it, man. You shouldn't. $1 million in debt? Dude, what if something happens? First of all, money is a tool. Second of all, money isn't real. Third of all, money buys cash flow. Fourth, never sell leverage. You see how that first mindset goes against everything I'm telling you the wealthy people believe. Debt is good because that building cash flows like a mofo. It covers the debt payment and cash flows. That's good debt. If I was just going out and going to spend $1 million on a supercar, that's probably bad debt. Unless you do finagle a little bit. And here's the last one. And we talk about this a little bit in the EAT program and Feast program. Let me ask you guys this in the chat. As you make more money, do you need more ROI or less ROI? As you make more money and you use that money, do you need more ROI or less ROI? Let me know in the chat, more or less. Today's sponsor is Marianne's Donuts. Shout out to Marianne's Donuts. Sponsor for today's show. Made fresh daily, by the way. Because there's a lag, I'll answer it for you, but I know you guys are already thinking it. They need less ROI. So if you view this as poor and middle class, you think I need more. And I guys, I see this every freaking day with our automations. Which one's the highest ROI? Wealthy people don't actually say that. Wealthy people would say, well, I only need that much because I have more cash that's accumulated over time. So what's the least ROI that's consistent and repeatable? That's what poor people in middle class, what's the most ROI I can get? And I'm telling you guys, because I have the hedge fund and etc., That is not appealing to them. So you might be in a situation right now where your ROI goal is higher, but I'm telling you guys, as you grow and as you start to climb different levels, which will help you with, like that's the whole point of Black Gold, is to help you guys progress, progress, progress. But as you progress, you need less. You start to value safety over ROI and simplicity over ROI. And it's not easy to do. Like that's a hard habit to break. But as you grow, what you need becomes less. So a lot of times, and I've even caught myself saying this, like I am guilty as well. But a lot of times we say stuff like, "Oh, that investment's only 7% a year. We can do 7% in a day." You guys ever heard me say that? I'm guilty of it. Falling back into old habits, right? But the wealthy person, the 7%, they can accomplish all their goals on it, and it's safe and it's simple and there's no drama. That's what they value. Even though there's investments that can get them a higher ROI over here, they don't need a higher ROI. It's not what they value because they've grown. So let's just say that your goal is $10,000 a month. That was my financial freedom number, was $10,000 a month. We live in a nice house. We have multiple, you guys get the idea. I got $10,000 a month in expenses. Okay. Now, as I've grown to maintain $10,000 a month, my ROI has needed to go down. As my pot gets bigger, the ROI goes down. And it's really cool. So in case you guys jumped in late, a lot of people did. If you want what wealthy people have, you have to do what wealthy people do. Just like if you want to be an athlete, you got to do what athletes do. You know? And my list for today was, this is what wealthy people believe. And this is what they live by. Number 1, money is a tool. Number 2, money is not real. Number 3, money buys cash flow. Number 4, never sell, only leverage. Number 5, debt is good. Number 6, less ROI as you get more. Cool? Any questions here? I'm going to give it just a second. Any questions? There's about, at least on YouTube, there's about 9 people on YouTube. I don't know about Facebook, but any questions? Nathan was the only one that answered my question. You're my only friend, Nathan. Any questions about any of this? If not, it's okay. I know it's still pretty early for a lot of you guys. For me, it's almost 10 o'clock every Saturday morning. We have call it a business meeting at the Cigar Lounge at 10 o'clock. Excited for that. Get to see the team and some other gentlemen. It'll be good. Everybody's good? No questions? People, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't, I see that question. I'll hit it in just a second. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I do all this stuff for free on here. Subscriptions just help more people view it. And then after I'm done with this, if you guys could just, if you have a second, after I'm done, go back to it and just post a comment, like maybe a takeaway, something like that. It's helpful for the channel. So the question was, and I'll throw it up on the screen here. I think if I click the right button, that'll help. So as assets grow, I move towards safer and lower ROI to achieve the same goals. Exactly. Now, if you're just starting out, you don't want to go, we need a little bit of balance. You don't want to go crazy in one direction or the other if you're just starting out. So you might do more of like some mid risk, you know, exceptional ROI, but mid risk if you're just starting out. If you've got some risk capital, meaning, and I got an extra $1,000 or $2,000, like if I lose it, it's not going to change my world. That'd be like more like a mid risk. And then as that grows, you can decrease the risk without decreasing the ROI. You'll need less ROI, but you can move into other things that are safer. As an example, like tier 2, we have tier 1 and tier 2 for our automations. Tier 2 is designed for people with more capital, and those are considered to be less risky. And you're getting hedge fund level quant algorithms at that level. So, we start where you got to start where you can start. Not everybody's going to start up here. You start where you can start. And everybody has to start somewhere. So like start where you can start. But as you grow, you'll naturally move into kind of like the tier 2, which is decreased risk. Still good ROI, but decreased risk. Great question. I don't see anything else, guys. So I'm gonna peace out. I'm gonna enjoy my Saturday. It's finally warmed up a little bit, like 60s. So the boys are outside playing. We got the motorcycles out. We're having a good start to our spring and summer. So I'm gonna go enjoy. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you. The replay will be posted on our dashboard. It'll also be here on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Love you guys, and we'll see you on Sunday night or Monday.